on to the other key question that we are focusing on tonight. How will the U.S. presidential election results shape the relationship between America and India? You see, an American election is never just about the U.S. Its results end up having impact across borders and economies. The U.S., in fact, is India's largest trading partner, with bilateral trade reportedly reaching a massive $72 billion just in the first 7 months of 2024. Skilled Indian professionals play a crucial role in critical U.S. industries like tech and healthcare, and thousands of Indian businesses work directly with American markets. The stakes are as high as they could be, and the choice between the candidates will end up setting the tone for these vital connections to a great extent. If Kamala Harris wins, India could reportedly see a return to multilateral trade initiatives and renewed economic frameworks like the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework. Harris could even reinstate the Generalized System of Preferences, a trade program that once boosted Indian exports. And in contrast, Donald Trump is a known advocate for America First protectionism, remember, preferring tariffs and renegotiated deals. In fact, his past decision to end India's preferential trade status in 2019 reportedly hit the exports hard, but reports also said that if he pursues his trade policies aggressively, it may even open avenues for India to replace Chinese imports in the U.S. economy. Just to sum it up, a Harris-led America would likely mean smoother trade relations, while Trump's America might offer India some unique, if challenging, opportunities. And how can we not talk about the issue of immigration here? As per reports, under Harris, there could likely be expanded skilled worker visas, a continuation basically of Biden-era policies that increased H-1B visa approvals. Trump, however, has already hinted at tightening immigration rules, something that he actively pursued during his last term as well. And then there is the issue of defense, an area where both the candidates may favor closer US-India ties, though their methods may differ. Harris reportedly leaning towards technology sharing and strengthening Indo-Pacific alliances, which boost India's defense capabilities and also position it as a regional power. Meanwhile, Trump's approach reportedly focusing on arms sales, meaning more equipment imports, but fewer opportunities for India to actually co-produce and gain tech independence. Regarding healthcare and pharmaceuticals, Harris, as per reports, supports expanding Medicare and negotiating lower drug prices, which could basically favor Indian drug makers. Trump, however, reportedly leaning towards deregulation and reducing government intervention in healthcare, which could open the US market even further to Indian pharmaceutical companies. So clearly, a lot is at stake here. Let's go straight across now to our correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, who is in Washington, D.C., tracking those developments very closely. Siddhant, you've been talking to a bunch of Indian Americans as well. What have they been telling you?
Well, Molly, the sentiment when it comes to the Indian Americans has been traditionally leaning towards the Democrats, but it can change during this year's elections. As many Indian Americans, including, of course, the male Indian American, are focusing on Trump's policies, his promises, especially the pro-business policies, while the women Indian American voters are focusing and have been welcoming the promises made by Kamala Harris when it comes to the reproductive rights. But all in all, both Democrats and Republicans are trying to woo the Indian American voters, whether it's by Diwali celebrations at the White House, where the U.S. President Joe Biden had called for supporting Kamala Harris in many ways, or whether it is the Republican candidate Donald Trump, he, of course, making that post on the situation of Hindu minorities in Bangladesh, which is a first by a mainstream American politician. So essentially, it's a divided house, as it is in the rest of America. But all in all, the Indian American community plays an important role here in United States in terms of being one of the highest taxpayers, also in terms of being active politically when it comes to the political cycles here. I mean, there are so many Indian American names. Kamala Harris herself has Indian origin, that is well known. When it comes to Nikki Haley, when it comes to Vivek Ramaswamy, Usha Vance, there's so many Indian faces all across the American politics, and that is the mood of the India-US relationship, the people-to-people relationship. And as the Indian External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, said, that this is a relationship that's bound to grow whosoever comes to the White House.
All right, leaving it there for the moment, Siddhant. Thanks very much for joining us with those updates. And on that note, to stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.